I know I have something. Something is wrong with me. What's up everybody, I'm Shawn Deon, and for those who don't know me, I done did a lot of shit, but baby, this is a judgment-free zone. And if you have anything negative to say, beat it. If this is our first time meeting, hi, how are you? Go ahead and click that subscribe button down below to become part of my family. Today's story time is the first time I had an HIV/STD test, and let me tell you guys something. First things first, always use protection. Use a condom. Use a condom or don't have sex because, child, baby, you can't trust them. You can't trust her. That's all I had to say. Stay safe out there. This whole thing started when I was in high school, right? So I hung out with a lot of people older than me. And when you hang out with people older than you, you learn some stuff, okay? You learn some stuff. And thankfully, I learned that I needed to take my butt to the clinic because they were talking, they were like, yeah, my last test, or the last test, and da-da-da-da-da, and this person had this, and I was like, I ain't never had no test. And I done been around the block a few, I done went to a few houses on the block. I done went to a few houses on that block. And I was like, okay, and not every time I was the smartest person out there doing what I should have had been doing. So I was like, you know, quietly sitting in the corner while they was talking, having a discussion, like, please don't say when was my last one. Cause I ain't never did it. I ain't never had one of them. So, you know, I go home or whatever, I'm Googling places to go and all of that, because I'm like, okay, the next day when I got time, I'm about to go to the clinic, get my first test. And in my head, it's that simple. I'm like, I just want to go get the test because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. I pull up, my heart, my body, everything was shaking. I was like, oh God. Like every moment that I didn't have a condom on hit me at once, and I was like, fuck. I know this is not gonna be a good result. Like, dang, I'm about to have to get the needle. I'm about to have something, like, you know, like I'm like, they about to tell me I got this, that, and the third. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, so I'm trembling up in there. I go in, lady's like, you have to have an appointment. I was like, do I really? So she's like, just call this number. I called the number, right? I was like, well, I'm here. They just said I need an appointment. She was like, okay, well, I'll fit you in the next hour. I said, so I could have just, you know, been a walk-in for all this. I called the number for what? To be told to sit down? Anyway, I'm in this waiting room, right? Mind you, I'm like really stupid. So I kept seeing, like, most of the people there were women. And for some reason, I didn't expect, I'm like, women are so clean. They don't get nothing. Like, I don't know. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, when is my name gonna get called? Shawn, oh, okay, it's my turn, it's my turn. I go up to this lady at the window, and mind you, like, the window, it's weird. There's like people on both sides. I'm like, dang, now all these people gonna know my business? Like, that ain't even where the testing went down, like a dummy. I'm stupid, y'all. But so, you know, we talking, and she's like getting my information and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, this is easy. Then she goes, how many people have you been with? First of all, mind your business. That's none of your business. It's a few, okay? A few. So I'm telling her, you know, a number, how many you been with? I mean, you wanna ask me the questions, how many you been with? We finished talking there, and she gives me a folder, a black folder, like it's like something in, like she stuffed papers in this black folder, and like she was just like, okay, now you're gonna take this, go down this hall, take the elevator, go upstairs to this floor, and I'm like, there's more? So I'm walking to the elevator, I'm like, okay, what's about to be up here? Like, Lord, and what's in this folder? Because I wanted to see what's in the folder. I was like, can I open it? But I didn't. So I go upstairs and there's another waiting room, but there's a lady there and she's like, oh, I'll take the folder. I'm like, so y'all ain't gonna tell me what's in the folder? So she tells me to sit down. I'm sitting there nervous. This room got less people, so I'm like, okay, well, was this a special floor? Like, why I get sent to this floor? I get my name called again. I'm going in there. This time it's some nurses in this like more doctor room looking area. Now this is where it gets real. She sits me down. She's talking to me, you know, name, date of birth, all this kind of stuff. She's wiping my hand down with the sanitizing wipe and just talking to me regular at this point. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. She's cool, calm, and collected. She's like, I'm gonna prick your finger. I'm like, okay, left hand, boop. I said, oh. That was easy. She's like, okay, so I need you to go down this hall now. There's gonna be a room and there's gonna be a lady and she's gonna take your blood. I'm like, that won't take in my blood? What'd you prick my finger for? Fun? Like, is this practice for you? Are you new here? I walk down the hall. I'm like, okay. This lady like, okay, we're gonna fill up these 2 vials. Fill them up? 2? What you mean? What? Like, I know how to afraid of needles, but like she was asking for too much. I was like, why y'all need that much blood? One vial ain't enough? So I don't know, hopefully they send it to multiple labs. I don't know if you had to send it to one lab for this, one lab for that, or maybe they made a clone of me, I don't know. So I'm sitting there, she's like, are you afraid of needles or anything like that? First of all, if I was, that ain't what you're supposed to ask. You're supposed to calm me down, I'm just saying. But no, I'm not afraid of needles. She sticks me, she's like, well, you got a good thing. She stick me, this little damn, my blood filling up or whatever. I'm like, okay. She sticks me and she's just not talking after that. Like after she asked me, was I afraid of needles? She just didn't talk. She sticks me and I'm like, looking at her and she looking at me and I'm looking at her and we're just like, if I wasn't nervous or scared, I am now, all this silence. So she's like, okay, you're done, just wait here for a second. And I'm like, y'all done told me to wait in 3 different rooms, 5 different scenarios. I just keep getting told to wait and I'm nervous, y'all. Like, I'm really like, what's going on? Like, I don't even know how long this is supposed to take. Like, is my results in? How, like, I don't know nothing. Like I said, first time there, I'm there alone. I didn't trust nobody enough to bring them with me. I was like, no, because if I got something, I don't want them bitches to know yet, you know. So I ain't bring nobody with me. I'm just alone, nervous as hell. So she's like, okay, well, do you remember the room that the lady, that first nurse had you in? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, well, you're gonna go back in there and you're gonna wait for her. Okay, more waiting, okay. So I'm walking through, I see a cute boy waiting in the waiting room where I was in. So bitch, instead of like nervously shaking down that hallway, I was pumping through that time. Hello, hello, I'm like, hey, we here. We already getting checked out. There's condoms in the back room somewhere, like what's up? I'm back in the room. My heart is really just gone at this moment because I'm like, okay, why are they making me wait so much? Like, she was just in here. She just left. Like, did she have to go get the doctor, like to break it down for me or something? Like, oh my God, I don't know what I got. And she's like, I got something. I know I have something. Something is wrong with me. I'm nervous as hell and there is no doctor, no nurse or anything for me to ask questions to. Actually, I didn't even open the door to go and see if there was somebody right there. Like my little room door was closed and I was just sitting there like this and I could hear the clock ticking. At this point, I didn't even pull out my phone. Like I was just like, okay, I'm just waiting. Tell me why this lady wanna come back in this room, eyes red, not like she was high, eyes red, she was sniffing, and like, and I'm like, oh, God, what I got, how long I got, oh, what I got, girl, tell me. And she's like, with her little clipboard, excuse me, oh, I'm so sorry. Your results came back negative. For HIV, and I was like, why you do that? Why you do that? That won't cute. Why you do that? Like, she had me really like, why would you come into a room? Like, I was feeling like she must have gave somebody bad news before she came into my room. But why would she come straight into my room without fixing herself first? Because she had me sitting there thinking that I was about to, I don't even know. I was like, damn, I done fucked up that bad already. Damn, I'm only like 16, 17. I don't know how old I was, but like, what you doing? That pissed me off. I was like, for HIV, okay, but what about, you know, all the other stuff that y'all said y'all test for? And she said, oh, well, that's why you went and took the blood for those vials. That's gonna take like well, if you don't hear back from us in like 2 weeks, you're good. If you do hear back, obviously it's something and you're gonna have to come in and get it fixed. And I was like, so I know I ain't got one thing, but I still am unsure for the whole list of other things. Great, I'll be sitting here on the edge for the next 2 weeks, thank you. Luckily, they ain't never called me this time. But that's a story for another day. But luckily, they never called me and I left out of there still not excited. Like, I was like, cool, but like, I was still like, damn, I still gotta wait 2 weeks. And trust me, that whole 2 weeks, like I marked it on the day. I was like, this day to this day, they're gonna call me. Anytime I seen an unknown number, I was like, hello? At the end of the day, Lord, thank you for being with me that day because I was nervous and you, Hallelujah, help me. And thank you to those friends at that, well, they were friends at the time, I don't fuck with them no more. But thank y'all for talking about getting tested, because y'all encouraged me to go. Like I'm encouraging you watching this. Go get tested, keep getting tested, because it's better you know than to not know, because at least if you know, you can get treatment. If you don't know, then you're probably still passing it and you're living in denial and you're hurting your own body. And if you do have something, it's not the end of the world, it's still okay. Like, hey, some things can be fixed, some things won't be able to be fixed, but there's medicine to help it. Like, you know, it's not the end of the world, so don't let nobody tell you differently. Go get tested, keep your body in good health, because without good health, you ain't gonna be here. So that's all of this story time today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe, because I'd appreciate it. Thank you. If no one told you today, you're beautiful, I love you, and until next time, bye.